Hi guys, getting set up. Hopefully it's gonna go much smoother tonight. I'm gonna give it a few seconds for people to show up here. But I had an idea today. I thought, I wonder if I can use the Easy Press on a canvas and create iron-on. So that's what we're gonna do. Janice, Jamie, Glenda, Georgia, Sandy, Lori. Hi guys, thanks for joining. Give it a few seconds and see if anybody else jumps on. Anybody willing to be a moderator, just in case we have any trolls? Come on, you can delete their comments. If so, I will make you a moderator. Glenda, Glenda, you'll be a moderator. Thank you. Let me add moderator. Okay, you're a moderator. Thank you so much. This is iron-on. This is fabric again. And as you know, I did Evie's pillow and I used the same fabric, so I thought this would be cute. Her room is flamingos, so I thought this would be cute to make a matching wall hanging with a flamingo. So my thought was, I have fabric here that I cut with the maker, and then I'm going to also use the iron-on for the legs and the beak. Georgia, I'll make you a moderator too. Thank you. Hi, Corinne from North Carolina. And Diane. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Thank you, thank you. The fabric is, I did use HeatnBond on it again. I'm kind of stuck on that right now. And just so you guys know, I have not done this previously, so hopefully this is gonna work. Hi from Vermont. You have all grandsons, Glenda. I have one of each. I had a lot of fun decorating for Ace, but I have to say I'm having a lot of fun decorating for Evie. There's so many cute fabrics and pretty fabrics. I need to get some more stuff done for Ace, but we're still working on Evie's room. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So again, this is an Easy Press video. And for those who just joined, I have cut this fabric out on the maker. This is just a cotton fabric. I have put HeatnBond on it before I cut it. And then once I applied the HeatnBond, then I put it down on my mat. And I cut it with the maker using the new rotary blade. This is just regular iron-on, and this was actually all one file, and I just sliced it apart so that I could add these pieces separately. I'm going to put the beak on with iron-on and the legs on with iron-on. So I think I'm going to start with the legs. And I kind of want to center this. I'm going to grab a ruler here. Just kind of see. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cough. These darn allergies. Yes, I'm having lots of fun with Evie. So I'm about 2 inches from the top, and that's just about right. So I'm going to put the legs on first. And I'm going to check my cheat sheet for standard light iron-on on cotton canvas, which this would be considered cotton canvas, I guess. It says 270 for 40 seconds. So I'm going to reset the Easy Press for 270. I'm going to have to let that cool down just a little bit and hit the timer for 40 seconds. That's a little longer than what I've been doing. Timer, okay. Now, to do a canvas, as you know, a canvas is hollow on the bottom. So I found a book that happens to fit right here in the bottom of my canvas. So if you're doing this on a canvas, you want to find something so that you have a solid surface to press on. So I'm just going to put that book under there. And that's going to allow me to get even direct heat across my iron-on, which is essential. All right. Let's see, it looks pretty straight. This is just Cricut iron-on light. I'm still waiting for my press to cool down. I had it heated up to 305, so it's got to cool down just a little bit. Yes, the book works well. I've done it before with regular vinyl. I haven't tried iron-on. I don't think it'll burn the book. I'm not worried about it. If it does, it's an old paperback book, so it'll be okay. I could have like rolled up a towel and put that under there. I kind of wanted a hard surface because I'm not real sure how this is going to adhere. I'm hoping it's going to be just fine. But the problem with using regular vinyl and getting it to stick to your canvas is it's very hard. Even when you paint it or Mod Podge it, I have done a couple canvases that way and they tend to not last. After a while, it seems the humidity gets to it and it'll start to lift. Unless you Mod Podge over the top, which I don't really like that look. But hopefully this works. I'm excited. Alright, the heat press is still cooling down. Again, we're going for 270 for 40 seconds, and we're at 289, so I guess we get to chit-chat a little bit. Are you guys excited about using HeatnBond? I think it's amazing. I've kind of been on a kick with it, as you've noticed. We're at 285, just a little bit longer. Thanks you guys for moderating for me. Can you see the HeatnBond package? Sure, let me grab it. I use the HeatnBond Ultra Hold. There's also HeatnBond Light. But I like this one. This is a yard package. I used to be on the ThermoWeb design team, so I have lots of these packages. And it comes in a sheet. It's a big sheet. It's a yard. And you just cut it down to size. And then I took my... All you do is take your fabric, lay your HeatnBond on the back side. Make sure it's smaller than your fabric. Otherwise you'll end up with goop on your iron or on your pressing cloth. But you just put it face down till the paper is facing up. And then you use your heat press. Press it into place. It just takes a few seconds. Once it's pressed into place, you can just peel this off. And where's my... Let me grab my scrap and I'll show you what it looks like. You can see I just cut this on the maker. So this is where I had applied the HeatnBond. Do you see the sheen to it? That's an adhesive. So it's activated by heat. So once I cut this out of the fabric and then I apply heat to it, it's going to become like an iron-on. It's going to stick to the canvas, or that's what we're hoping for. Alright, so we just heard the beep. Let me get this lined up again. It's just over 2 inches. Alright. Do I have your phone? Huh. Okay, so here we go. Sorry about that. We have our iron-on in place. I'm going to take the Easy Press, apply just a light pressure, hit my timer. It says 40 seconds. This tabletop mat is, I got mine at Target. Terry and I found these when we were in Chicago, but any Target has them. Walmart has them. They're in the $4 to $5 range. I've seen a couple different price ranges. There's also a quilted one. The only thing I don't know about the quilted one is you need a even heat, and I'm afraid that quilt might give you a little bit of a wonky result where the quilt seams are, because it's, you know, it's going to have an indentation. So let's hope this isn't burning my canvas. Let's see. All right. Ooh, it looks good. I can see the texture. That's amazing. Amazing. Hi, Joan. You leave the nicest comments on all the videos. In Target, I found it right by the irons. Actually, Terry and I found it right by the irons. Alright, so we have the legs on, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can see the texture of the, let me see if I can get better light. You can see the texture of the canvas coming through, which is a sign that it's adhered really well. Again, for those just watching, I have a book that fits perfectly under here that I'm using so that I can apply pressure. So I'm going to move this up a little bit so that I can put the body of my flamingo on. Just like this. And I think that looks really good. I have to come up with a cute saying to put on here too, but we're not going to do that in this video. Alright, so now we're using fabric on canvas. I think I'm just going to stick with this same setting, the 270 at 40 seconds. We don't have a fabric or, you know, a HeatnBond iron-on type for an option, so I think I'm just going to stick with the same setting. The 270 for 40 seconds on a canvas. This is cotton. For those of you who just tuned in, again, we're using fabric that I have pre-treated with HeatnBond, and then I cut it out on the maker. Here's the HeatnBond package. Then I cut it out on the maker, and I applied this is Cricut. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry about the dogs. This is Cricut iron-on light foil. And then we're going to do the fabric now. So I'm going at 270 for 40 seconds. Sorry about the dogs. I don't know what they see outside, but... And I'm just applying a really light pressure. I'm not doing all the pieces at one time, Nancy, just because I want to make sure they're lined up. I didn't want something to shift out of wax, since I'm doing different mediums and different pieces. Yes, this fabric is the same fabric I used for Evie's pillow, so this will go on her wall. Another piece to match for her room. Her room is all flamingos and it's coral pieces. So that, oh my gosh, that adhered really well. I don't see any issue with that. My iron-on is still intact. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can line the beak up. And again, for those just tuning in, I have a book under my canvas so that I have a hard, flat surface to apply this on. Oh, excuse my head, sorry. So sorry. Alright, here we go. Our last piece, 270, 40 seconds. This is Cricut Light Iron-On a canvas. We're also using fabric on a canvas using HeatnBond. Joanne says, I failed with Cricut Iron-On Vinyl. Need to try again, but was in a rush. Only had Iron-On Dark. Oh, you're using the printable Iron-On? When I say Iron-On Light, this is the light, this isn't the printable. This is just the Iron-On Light. You can use the heat press on canvas. Yes, that's what we're finding out. I had never tried this before, so yes, this is working out great. Will all the extra heat time when doing layers like affect the other? It can, if I'm not going over the vinyl just then, but you can always put your transfer paper back over it if you're worried about it scorching it. I'm not too worried about this. Looks like that corner's not quite stuck down, so... Well, maybe it is. I'm going to go over that one more time and just apply a little bit of pressure. Because I'm right between the edge of the book and the canvas, so I want to make sure I'm getting a flat, even pressure right there. So I'm gonna put a little bit more pressure just in this little spot. But nothing crazy. I'm not standing on my head or using two hands. The Easy Presses just came back in stock today, so if you guys have been trying to get one, they were back in stock earlier today anyway. Look, if you're, Joanne, if you're looking for the directions for the printable iron-on dark, or iron-on for dark fabrics, look on the Cricut website for the correct instructions. Because the iron-on dark and the iron-on light have separate directions. Alright guys, here we go. That worked well. And how cute is that? I need to make another one so that she has a couple she can put in a row in her room. But for those who just tuned in, this is again a cotton fabric that I used HeatnBond on. This is Cricut vinyl, the Cricut vinyl light in gold. I'm putting it on a canvas with a book behind it so that I can apply pressure and have a flat surface to work on. If you didn't have the book behind it, what you would have is the heat press would set on the sides of this canvas, the middle would drop in, and I don't think you'd get a very good adhesion. Now, if I had a bigger canvas that I was doing, and I would apply the heat on this back side too. But since I can't do that, I think this was going to work fine. I mean, I can see the texture of the canvas through my vinyl, which is how I always measure whether or not I have good contact. Everything looks great. I don't have any edges lifting on the fabric. The vinyl I'm not worried about at all. So I think this was a fun idea. So my settings, just for reference, if somebody wants to try a canvas, I use, for both the vinyl and the fabric, I use 270 for 40 seconds. And I took that by going with the standard light canvas setting on the recommended settings. You can get this sheet off of the Cricut website. I'll get this up here. It's cricut.com/easypress-recommended-settings. Oh, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can get that off the website. It has a lot more options than the standard quick reference chart that comes with your Easy Press. And I'm sure they're going to keep adding to it. Did I use the fabric cutting mat? I did. I used the pink mat. Here's the piece I cut it from. I used the maker and the rotary blade. Excuse me. I applied HeatnBond. This is just a cotton fabric that I got at Joann's. Thanks, Keston. It was fun. I think this is opens up a whole new world. Could do some really cute signs for some kids' rooms, or baby gifts, or Christmas gifts, or Christmas signs. You could use Christmas fabric. A lot of fun. Joanne's saying the rotary blade is on back order. I'm not sure about that, but your rotary blade is really strong, and as long as you're just using it on fabric, it's going to last you a long time. I've already cut a ton of fabric, and I don't see any decline in how it's cutting. Thank you, Joanne, or Joan. I keep trying to think of new things to try this Easy Press on and push my Cricut Maker. I'm having so much fun cutting fabric. So you did no prep to the canvas. I did nothing to the canvas. I literally just opened it. I just took the plastic out of it and opened it today. There's no treatment to it whatsoever. And I just added the vinyl right on top of it, and the fabric, I used HeatnBond. How do I apply the HeatnBond to the fabric? Okay, I'll show this again. Let me just get a scrap piece of fabric. Well, here, I'll just do it. I only did the HeatnBond, I don't know if you can see it, I only did it up to here on this piece because I didn't need all of this. But I will do this other side. Just need some scissors. So all you do is take your HeatnBond, and again, it comes in a package like this, and it comes into it's a big sheet, and I just have some little pieces left of this one. So I'm just going to grab this little piece of fabric here that doesn't have HeatnBond on it yet, and I'll show you exactly how I did it. And again, you're going to want to cut better than this. I don't have my fabric scissors over here. Okay, so I'll show you how I did this. We have a little piece of fabric, so you want to cut your HeatnBond so it's slightly smaller than the fabric. And the reason for that is if you cut the HeatnBond and it's going over your fabric, anything that's hanging over is going to stick to your surface underneath. So you don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just reading the comments here. Annie's asking if I'll be doing live things. This is a live thing. I'm not quite sure what you're asking there. Reading the comments. Yeah, good idea, Glenda. I try to stock up on them too. I don't use a ton of them, but I think I might. I think this might be Christmas gifts for everybody. Alright, so I have my HeatnBond. I cut a piece slightly smaller than my fabric. The right side of my fabric is face down on my desktop. The HeatnBond has a shiny side, it's kind of rough, and then it has a paper side. And the paper side, if you cut it in the right place, has the HeatnBond stamp on it. You want the shiny side against the wrong side of your fabric. So the right side of my fabric is face down. The HeatnBond is paper side up. And you just apply it over the top of it. And then I just use my Easy Press. It's still on the same setting it was. It doesn't really matter. And this is a little dangerous because it's a small piece I'm working with. Alright. So then you just want to apply, just trying to get that, hold on. I'm going to fold this backwards. It's trying to flip up on me. There we go. So then you just want to apply your press over it. And then you can do this with an iron. If you don't have the Easy Press, totally do this with an iron. Hi, Terry. I'm going to make you a moderator. Oh, you're still a moderator from yesterday. So I'm just applying it just for a couple seconds. You can move it around. And see, you can see that it's when it's stuck. And then you just let it cool enough that you don't burn yourself. And then you can just peel this paper backing off. And now you have your adhesive. And then when you go to cut this on the maker, you would put it right side up. So you don't need to mirror the part that you're cutting in the fabric. You will need to mirror your vinyl. But you'll put the HeatnBond side down on your mat. It also doesn't leave all the fibers on there. That's from another project. But so that's how you apply the HeatnBond. For those just tuning in, this is what we just made. We used canvas. Sorry I keep repeating this for those of you who've been here. Where did I get the mat that I'm using the Easy Press on? This mat, Terry and I found in Chicago at Target. I've seen them at my Target. They have them at Walmart. There are some other ironing mats that people are using that have the quilted lines in them. I'm a little apprehensive about that just because you want a flat surface and I'm afraid those quilted lines might give you a dent in it where it wouldn't get as much heat. But I think some people are using them and they seem to be working okay. But these we got at Target. I think they were $4.95. I've seen them like up to $5 something. Can you sew with HeatnBond on your fabric? Yeah, you can sew right over it. Again, when I applied this to my canvas, this is just a regular canvas. I didn't pre-treat the canvas or anything. When I applied it to the canvas, I put this, I found a book that fit under here so that I had a hard surface to press on. And then we just pressed right on. I did the vinyl first, well, the vinyl legs, and then I did the fabric body, and then I did the beak. So it doesn't really matter which order it is. If you're going to be holding the press over the vinyl, you know, for a couple different layers, you might want to put your transfer paper back over the vinyl just to keep it from getting scorched. Cricut should sell pillows for pocket caps. That's a cute idea. So this was fun. For those who watched my pillow for Evie, I use the exact same fabric. So this is going to go in her room and it'll match the pillow with her name on it. Thanks, Jamie. Does anybody else have any other questions? I apologize for my dogs barking. Any other questions? There's something called a ham that goes inside caps. I don't know what you guys are referring to when you talk about caps. I don't sew. Thank you, Luciana. Thanks, Jamie. Yes, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I love the thumbs up. Oh, ball caps. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. No, I didn't see the ironing pad on Target's website. I don't know why. I looked too, Terry. You can't. They do have it on Walmart's website, but they do have it in store. I checked my local store. Like I said, Terry and I picked it up in Chicago at Target, but my store has it. Somebody said earlier today, I saw on another board that Joann's carries a very similar ironing pad too. I don't know. Can you give the site again for extra reference material? Oh, sure. This is from Cricut.com /EasyPress-recommended-settings. You can also join our Facebook group. It's called Cricut Easy Press-Iron-On Education and Inspiration, and we've got all this stuff linked in the group. And the group is just dedicated to all kinds of iron-on projects. And again, this reference sheet has quite a few more options than the one that comes with your press. And I would keep checking back because I assume they're going to keep updating this. Thanks, Glenda. Veronica, I didn't see what your question was. Oh, did I use HeatnBond for the fabric? Yes. Thanks, Glenda, for answering. Or Georgia. Yes, I used HeatnBond on the fabric. I just showed, after the video's over, you can re-watch it, but I showed how to apply the HeatnBond to your fabric. And then I cut it with the Cricut Maker. You can cut bonded fabric with the Explorer. So if you guys have the Explorer, you can cut bonded fabric. I probably wouldn't cut anything real intricate, but something like this might work. And you want to make sure you use a real sticky mat so that your fabric doesn't move or come up if you're going to use it with the regular bonded fabric blade. I did use the rotary blade with the Maker. Thanks, Terry, for posting the Facebook group. Anybody else have any questions? You guys like this live stuff, or do you like watching them more edited and with all the chit-chat out of them? Live is good. I'm getting a little more comfortable now that I know how to operate. Good, I'm glad you guys like the live. It's definitely easier for me. I don't have to edit afterwards. Have I cut foam yet? I have not tried cutting foam. I saw them cutting. They cut foam, I think, when we were in Utah. I saw foam that was cut. I have not personally tried it. How often and when? Luciana, I kind of do my videos when I have time. I work a full-time job, so during the week mine will always be after 5 o'clock Eastern. And on weekends, it just depends what I have going on. I have kids coming in this weekend, so I probably won't be on live Saturday or Sunday. Any other questions? You guys need to subscribe to Terry's Makery. She has a YouTube channel. She's going to have lots of videos. She's waiting on her Easy Press to arrive any day. She also has the Maker. She'll be doing YouTube videos. If you guys have YouTube channels, go ahead and link them. You're more than welcome. If you want people to check your channel out. There's Terry's. Thanks, Joan. All right, guys. Looks like we've run out of questions. So thanks so much for joining me. I think this is a really fun project. If you guys use this idea, please follow me on Facebook and tag me so I can see your creations, or put a link in the comments. I try to read all the YouTube comments, although some of them get filtered out if you have links in them. And that's not my doing. It just, YouTube automatically won't post them if you put a link in it. Glenda's Creative Plays. She has lots of videos. Editing 25, holy cow. Thanks, Joan. Thanks, Marissa. Links to the Facebook group are up in the comments. Once this video goes live, you won't be able to see the chat. So we'll try to link those, link the Facebook group and stuff below the video after it goes on YouTube. So I'll give it a couple seconds so people can go ahead and click on your links and get joined before we shut this down. Because like I said, the comments are going to go away once we're not live. So Glenda's posted a link, Terry's posted a link, we've got a link to the Facebook group. The Facebook group has all kinds of iron-on and easy press tips, tricks, inspiration, education. Love to see what you guys make posted in there. I can't wait to see what people do with this. I thought that happy bag that I did yesterday, let me grab that. I almost, instead of doing this, I almost cut another thing with Evie's name out of these fabrics real big and put those across here. I thought that would be adorable. What a fun shower gift that would be for a baby's room. Cut the name out in all different fabrics, big chunky letters. Just endless possibilities with this maker and the Easy Press. Alright guys, we'll see you over on Facebook. Like I said, if you use this idea, please give me a tag. I would love to see it. Don't forget to thumbs up the video while you're here, and I will see you guys soon. Will I still answer questions on this project when it's posted? Yes, if you leave a question in the comments, I try to answer all of them. Alright, see you guys. Bye-bye.